Today, we are seeing an impressive recovery, and as if that weren't enough, this movement is taking place just as the main market indices, along with many other stocks, have just reached critical support points. Now, could this move be what the market needs to leave this bearish sentiment behind and continue its previous upward trend? In other words, is this the bottom signal that will trigger the next rally? Well, let's talk about what to expect from the market. This is the Finance Hydra channel where we study the market every single day. Together, we analyze many stocks and I share analysis without bias, basing our insights on technical evidence. No guesswork, no gut feeling. This is crazy, right? Only technical evidence underpins the strategies described here. My name is Nathan. Welcome to another daily video. Now, shall we start our analysis? Let's look at the SPY ETF, which is right now making a nearly miraculous reaction, which is not necessarily a big surprise because after all, we are above a very important support level, the previous top level from October this year, which has been acting as a quite reliable support level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times right now. Right now today, we see a bullish reaction suggesting a bottom signal. This is quite promising, however, bear in mind that this reaction alone could not be the bottom signal the SPY needs because we are still in bearish territory. We are still below the 21-day EMA, the exponential moving average on the daily chart. So we gotta break a few resistance levels first in order to actually trigger this bottom signal. However, I do agree, this movement is quite promising. Now you may ask, Nathan, what the SPY needs to do in order to reject completely the idea that it is gonna make a bottom signal right here, right now, today? Only if next week we see the SPY losing momentum to the point of closing below 586. Okay, this key point over here, if we close below 586 on the daily chart next week, all right, it is gonna reject the idea of a bottom signal, and in this case, the SPY could retest the 21-week EMA, which is very close to this gap support level at 576, all right? But so far, we see a very promising reaction, okay? It is a promising reaction. In very rare, on few occasions, we saw a movement as promising as this one, right? Like this over here. On September 11, this was a quite impressive movement. We saw the SPY collapsing over here, and then we saw a nearly miraculous intraday reaction closing above the 21-day EMA. Another time we saw a nearly miraculous reaction was here, right? May 31, very impressive reaction after a very bearish reaction, followed by an intraday recovery, and we saw this phenomenal bullish candlestick pattern. Here we see a similar reaction. However, unlike on these examples, here this time we are not above the 21-day EMA yet. Therefore, we still have to see a crystal clear breakout, but again, yes, it is a very promising reaction, which is quite interesting because the QQQ has a better reaction, because the QQQ is right now above the 21-day EMA again, above the 515 after a false breakout of this support level, and right now it is above this purple trend line again after a false breakout of this purple trend line. This is extremely frustrating, especially for the bears, for those who started to short over here in this situation, and now they see a massive bearish candlestick pattern, which by the way has a name. This bearish candlestick pattern is called bullish engulfing. I'm so sorry, I said bearish. Bullish candlestick pattern is a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, which is a quite reliable pattern that reverses the trend roughly 79% of the time, if I recall correctly. I don't remember. Just take a look at Thomas Bukowski's studies, thepatternsight.com. All right, there you'll find many interesting and curious statistics regarding the reliability of candlestick and chart patterns. All right, it is my recommendation for you. Now here, bullish engulfing candlestick pattern above a triple support level. Yes, it is a fantastic and quite promising bullish reaction. Nathan, could this bullish reaction be completely rejected next week? Yes, of course. There is no such thing as 100% reliable bullish candlestick pattern, chart pattern, or even trading style, all right? There is no such thing as 100% sure in this market. We could be wrong. Yes, I could be wrong, but in order for this bullish reaction to be completely rejected, we must see the QQQ closing below 515 again on the daily chart. All right, by doing so, there is a decent chance that it is going to reject this bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, and in this case we could seek lower support levels like the $500, which is the previous top level over here, which is better seen on the weekly chart. All right, because here on the weekly chart we see the previous top level over here. All right, near, I'm so sorry, it's right here, all right, near the 503, which was the previous top level from July this year, a crystal clear future support level, which is gonna be very close to the 21-week EMA. Now you may ask a few questions like, Nathan, is the QQQ or is the SPY bullish or bearish right now? Well, long-term speaking, they are still very bullish. As we can see here, the QQQ is still making higher highs, higher lows, right? We don't see lower highs, lower lows yet, only higher highs, higher lows. If we see lower highs, lower lows losing the support line of this ascending channel, all right, fantastic. The QQQ is gonna turn bearish, long-term speaking, and then we're gonna see many other stocks in a very problematic situation. But only long-term speaking now. Mid-term speaking, on the daily chart, we are in a very dangerous position because it feels like it is now or never. If we see this bullish reaction confirmed next week, fantastic. The QQQ is going to seek the all-time high and probably break the all-time high, materializing another bullish pivot point because we are still in an uptrend over here, all right, making higher highs, higher lows. Now we see a low, but this low is still above the previous low. The previous top is still above this last top over here. Therefore, we are maintaining the pattern of higher highs, higher lows. Therefore, by finding a support level above this triple support area, yes, the QQQ will have a decent chance of resuming the uptrend, seeking higher levels, all right? But I do agree that right now is a very critical situation for this ETF and the SPY as well, because we are above critical support levels. We gotta react as soon as possible, preferably next week, in order to avoid a much sharper correction. And now you may ask how this is gonna affect our stocks, how it's gonna affect Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, etc. Well, let's talk about Nvidia. Is Nvidia bullish or bearish? Long-term speaking, we are totally bullish. Right now, as far as I know, we just retested the 21-week EMA, just like we did countless times in the past, and right now we try to see a bullish reaction on the daily chart. What's the problem? The problem is that on the daily chart, Nvidia is still bearish. We are still below the 21-day EMA, which is a technical resistance level for us right now. It has acted as a resistance level 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 times today. We do not see a crystal clear breakout yet. Now, in order for Nvidia to actually materialize a meaningful bullish reaction, we gotta see Nvidia breaking and closing above this moving average, because then and only then we may see Nvidia free to retest its next resistance levels like the 146 or the 149. Nathan, what's the key point that if Nvidia loses, it is over? $130. By losing this key point, Nvidia will truly materialize a sequence of lower highs, lower lows. In this scenario, we could seek the 115 next. All right, it is going to be our next technical support level. What's more, this area around the 130 is precisely around the 21-week EMA as well. So by losing these two support levels in two different time frames, Nvidia will have a very nice confirmation of a bearish reaction. What's more, it is gonna trigger this head and shoulders chart pattern as well. All right, so yeah, it is gonna be a very delicate situation for Nvidia. So we gotta wait for more confirmation on to which direction it is gonna occur the next breakout. Are we gonna lose the 130, or are we going to break the 21-day EMA? Only time will tell. Next week we're gonna have more answers. All right, now I'm not saying that Nvidia will explode or that Nvidia will drop. I'm just saying that we need to watch these two key points very carefully from now on. Okay, it all depends on your strategy. All right, now regarding Tesla, this one over here is trying to stabilize its price above the 414, the previous all-time high from November 2021. Now is acting as a support level for us. Very nice, very technical. Now, it all depends on how Tesla is going to behave from here. We see a bullish reaction today, which is still not enough to convince me, at least, that it is going to resume the bullish bias and seek new record highs. In order to do that, it is very important to see Tesla breaking again the 21-hour EMA, which is acting as a resistance level right now today. It is a crystal clear resistance level for us. What's more, we gotta break the 457, the previous support level, which is another technical resistance level. Only by leaving these two short-term resistance levels behind, we may see Tesla continuing its uptrend on the daily chart, its medium-term uptrend on the daily chart. All right, now Nathan, what if Tesla loses the 414? What if Tesla loses the 414 along with the 21-day EMA? Then we may see a technical bearish reversal on the daily chart, medium term speaking. In this scenario, we are gonna also trigger a top signal on the weekly chart, because here we see a fantastic doji candlestick pattern, right? Which could be a technical top signal. So guys, I'm not saying that Tesla will drop, okay? I'm saying that if Tesla drops to the point of losing these two key points over here, 414 plus 21-day EMA, odds are that we're gonna lose momentum, triggering a top signal on the weekly chart, suggesting that we're gonna see a long-term pullback on the weekly chart, maybe to the $358, or maybe even in the worst case scenario to the 21-week EMA again. All right, again, remember, trading is reactive, it is not predictive. Who tries to predict is nothing but a gambler. All right, real traders work with technique, strategy, and technical evidence. All right, we all must have a crystal clear strategy, and of course you can get access to our strategy, our trading strategies, by becoming a member of the 5% project. Because here, guys, here I work ethically and transparently, and I will tell you that only there you will have access to our exclusive trading signals and strategies that only our members will have access to. Clear trading signals with entry and exit points, and if you're not sure if it is for you, know that I offer a trial period. All right, it is free to try. I won't charge you. Cancel whatever you want, no questions asked. You join for free, and there I show you my service, because here our philosophy is to deliver results first, and then we let our students decide for themselves whether they want to stay with us or not. And as we have an excellent track record, most of them end up staying. So we are quite confident in our method, and our community is skin in the game. So just take a look at my website. The link is in this video's description down here, okay? Join the 5% project for more information. Now, it all depends on your strategy. If you ask me, I would be very happy to see Tesla correcting a little bit more because it feels like we deserve a sharper correction, but who knows, all right? I don't know. I can't predict the future. I do not need to predict the future in order to trade well. However, all that I know is that if we actually see Tesla breaking and closing above its short-term resistance levels over here, we are going to continue the bull trend. Period. All right, it is going to continue and seek new higher levels, new all-time highs. Now, regarding AMD, this one looks quite interesting because this one lost the 121 support level. All right, we are losing our support level on the weekly chart. We see just another bearish candlestick pattern. There is not the slightest signal of a bullish reaction, but I do understand that if the market actually finds a bottom signal, if we see SPY, QQQ reacting above their medium-term support levels along with Nvidia, most likely AMD is going to recover as well, all right? However, for now, we only see a relatively weak reaction on the daily chart and not a single bottom signal on the weekly chart, all right? So it is more like a wait, all right? It could be, we could see a bottom signal, yes, we could, but right now, there is no clear bottom signal triggered. Now, regarding Palantir, this one is making a fantastic bullish reaction, today, going up more than 5%, nearly 6% right now, above the 71 support level, above the 21-day EMA. Only if we see Palantir losing this double support level, we're going to see Palantir correcting on the weekly chart, making a top signal on the weekly chart. However, there is no technical evidence supporting this bearish case because it is a fact. We are still above this double support level, all right? So no correction will materialize, period. Nathan, what's the key point that Palantir needs to break in order to continue the bullish bias? We gotta break the previous all-time high, $80.91, because for now, we are not necessarily bullish short-term wise because we are inside a congestion, all right? We see the sideways congestion, but it is a quite good and technical movement. We gotta break the $80 in order to materialize another bullish reaction. In this case, we could easily seek the $95, $94 again, which is the size of this congestion projected in the direction of the breakout. All right, it is going to be a very technical, interesting movement. So let's see if Palantir will break its resistance level or not. If you ask me, odds are that yes, we are going to trigger another bullish continuation chart pattern if my personal opinion means something to you, all right? Because I always tell you guys, here in this channel, we focus only on the technical evidence, all right? Personal opinions, personal thoughts are totally irrelevant here in this scenario. I'm just saying that Palantir has more chances of going up because we are already in an uptrend. So odds are that we're gonna continue the bullish bias. All right, okay. Are we okay over here? Now, Broadcom, AVGO. This one over here is right now a $1 trillion market cap company. Fantastic company, if you ask me. Only a pullback will bring another buying opportunity on this one. I gave to the members of the 5% project a buy signal over here in this area. However, for swing trading purposes, I always advise to sell before earnings because we don't know. All right. In this case, Broadcom exploded. Fantastic. Great. It is going up nicely, but another buy signal will only be more interesting if we see Broadcom getting closer to our support levels, because remember guys, always buy near support levels, sell near resistance levels. Okay, now we are far away from our support levels, so it is not a good buy right now. Maybe Broadcom will continue the bullish bias, yes it could, but it is not technically, from a technical point of view, it is not interesting because the risk reward ratio is not that good. We are far from support levels, near resistance levels, so it is not necessarily a good buy. But if you are a long-term investor, I don't see any particular reason for you to panic. We are still maintaining the upward trend. We are still maintaining the bullish bias. There is not a single bearish reversal chart structure, regardless of the possibility of a medium-term pullback to the 21-day EMA, or maybe even in the worst-case scenario to the 185. All right, so far so good. We are still doing very well. Now, ARM Holdings is another stock that we nailed a very good trade on the 5% project. We bought the very deep over here, one of these dips. I don't recall which one, all right? And this one hit our target around 154. Did a classic bearish candlestick pattern called shooting star candlestick pattern, which I also describe on my technical analysis ebook. I teach you guys all the major top signals, bottom signals, bearish reversal, bullish reversal chart structures on my exclusive ebook on technical analysis, which is totally free to download in our Telegram channel. The members of the 5% project have access. You can have access to. It is free to try, therefore you can download the ebook for free. It is gonna be yours forever. You can study the most important chart patterns, reversal patterns, and then you can join the 5% project, because there we apply in practice and in real time all the theoretical teachings I share in my ebook. All right, we trade in practice every single day together. So again, join the 5% project for more information. Link is in this video's description. Now, if you ask me, ARM Holdings is making a very nice correction right now, approaching our support levels. Maybe it is gonna be buy again. All right, maybe we bought over here, we sold over here, now we may buy over here again. All right, it is gonna be a very technical buy. Maybe it is gonna be a very good bottom signal for us. On the weekly chart, we see a quite ugly bearish candlestick pattern, right? It is a bearish engulfing, and this is the only reason why I'm still a little bit skeptical. I don't know if it is gonna be a very good buy or not. However, this one is indeed on my personal radar. All right, let's see if it is gonna trigger a bottom signal or not. Either way, it is still below the 21-day EMA. All right, so we gotta be careful. Now, regarding IWM over here, we also did a nearly unbelievable trade, right? We bought over here and we sold over here because a very similar reason. Bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. Here we saw a shooting star candlestick pattern. Now we are correcting again. We closed this open gap. We are approaching the 217 support level, and now we see a possible bottom signal. Now we bought here, we sold here. Now maybe there is a very high chance that we're gonna buy over here again if we see an actual bottom signal materialized. This bullish reaction is quite promising. It is a piercing line candlestick pattern. This pattern has a name. It is a piercing line candlestick pattern, which I also describe on our ebook on technical analysis. It is a quite reliable bottom signal. All right, but we still have to break a few resistance levels on the 1 hour chart and on the daily chart as well. Then we may see the confirmation of a bottom signal. Then IWM may be a buy again. Nathan, what's the key point that if we see this ETF losing, it is gonna completely reject the idea of a bottom signal, completely rejecting any attempt of reaction and any attempt of recovering if we see IWM losing the 217, okay? If we see this ETF losing the 217, it is gonna just continue the bearish sentiment on the weekly chart, possibly retesting the $200 again. Therefore, it is now or never for this ETF, for the SPY, for the QQQ, Nvidia, etc. Many stocks are looking very interesting right now. This is why I'm gonna keep you guys updated every single day on this channel, every single day. This is why you should subscribe, because here we analyze the market, we study together, we always base our ideas and insights on technical evidence alone. And guys, You are watching this video for 25 minutes. This channel is for you. I want you around. People who can actually sit down and calmly study the market, because clearly you are not a TikToker, you are not an Instagrammer, right? You have a very nice attention span, capable of studying the market for a quite long period of time, because all of my videos, they are quite long, they are quite dense, right? I always describe many technicals, and actually they are even quite boring, all right? But still, you are still watching me. Therefore, this channel is for you. I need more people like you around, so subscribe, click the like button to support me. Your like is very, very important. Thank you very much for your audience, my dear friends. See you guys next week. Have a great weekend.